Whoa. Hello, everybody. Hello. Turn on. How y'all doing? I am just testing out the YouTube webcam. See how this works. I don't know how the frame rate is. I'm looking at the stream. It looks really bad. YouTube naked a webcam. Yes, Stargate Pioneer. I am aware that you are doing a podcast in a little bit, and I am getting ready for that. So we are at 15 frames per second. Frame rate is terrible. Okay. I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. Eldest is at the dentist. Fun for Chew. YouTube did not make a webcam, but YouTube launched the webcam functionality. So you're able to go live directly from YouTube's webpage. You don't need to use Google Hangouts and you don't need to run through OBS. So I saw Travis using this earlier from Podcast Mike, and I thought I'd give it a go, see how it's working out. Don't know if I'm gonna be doing any more live streams. I've kind of crapped on them in the past. So I just wanted to see if it was working. Your room is too dark. I got 2 big lights on right now. I could go ahead and, let's see if this can fix it. I'll adjust the exposure. There we go. A little bit brighter. You have the lowest internet plan from Flood of Sins. Yeah, pretty much. Better, shiny. Yeah, I am shiny. I am shiny. I eat pizza. I look like Voldemort because I am Voldemort. Stargate Pioneer says the blue compass would be even cooler if the blue logo would light up in blue. I agree. That would be pretty rad. Too pale. Garrett, are you telling me that I need to go outside? Because I'm not going to do it. Jose Gonzalez says, why did I buy the Xenix 502 and not realize it wasn't USB? Yeah. Yeah, that's a rough one because people see the Xenix 302 USB and they think the 502 is also going to be USB, but you would need to get the 502 USB. So that's rough. Too much Android effect. The light just needs a little bit of diffusion. Well, I don't have the issue on my DSLR. It's really just you don't have granular controls in the Logitech gaming software for control of exposure. It's just a slider. And when you get down to almost nothing, when you get down to the bottom of it, it gets real bad. For lighting, take 2 softbox. I got 1 softbox and then I just got this. I love your reviews. If you had to pick one budget headset, which one would it be? I honestly don't know. I would just get a set of headphones that I like and then go ahead and get the mod mic. That's probably not considered budget though. It's been years since I've reviewed any budget gaming headsets. Porcelain mode. It looks good on mine, on my computer. I'm looking at the preview. See if I do that. It's such a fine like now when I look at the live stream, I'm dark on one side, but when I this is this 30 FPS from Last Orion? I don't think so. I don't think we're at 30 FPS. Real dim. How about that? That better? Okay. Marcus says, "Thank you for your response. Mod mic is what I've been thinking as well. Thanks to you, though." Marcus, yeah, I think you'll be happy with that. I like the all black screen. Yeah, I agree. Anytime that I'm on camera, it makes a video worse. Please make a review of the Behringer Xenix Q502 and Q802, please. It's the same preamps as the 302 USB, so you can refer to that to hear the quality of the preamps, and then it's really gonna depend. It's gonna be a case by case basis on what analog to digital converter you are using. This is why I don't do live streams. I can't talk when I'm all right, Stargate. I will see you over on the Better Podcasting live stream in a 15 minutes or so. AJ Ephraim says, "Today is my birthday. Wish me." I'm guessing you want me to wish you happy birthday. Happy birthday, AJ. SF900, good? I don't know. Never used it. Orange or Marshall? Excel coming with the difficult questions. Um, if I had to pick, I would probably go orange. My dream amp back in the day was the Rockerverb 100, which I have. I just can't use that in my current situation because it's too loud. I left it at my buddy's studio because of that. Um, so I would go orange. I just got the Marshall because the thing with orange is they just released a new I think it's a rocker something, and it actually has the feature that made me go with the Marshall. It has the ability to switch from 15 to 7 to 1 watt, I think, and it's in head format. So I may consider selling this and picking up that amp head, but I I've kind of been using the Marshall amp head for long enough that I think it kind of I need to keep this in order for my videos to be comparable. I already switched my amp once, and I think there was a significant difference there. Um, Hang on, I saw something up here from Simon. I got to read. Simon, how you doing, man? Thanks for always watching the BSP and leaving awesome comments. Sweet. What you watch Bandrew season finale tonight. If you're watching anytime soon, enjoy. Simon, my friend, is referring to the season finale of the X Files. Season 11 finale of the X Files. I'm so excited about that, and I cannot wait to watch it. Anybody else who's watching right now, big fan of the X Files, or is it just me and Simon? Are we the only the X Files with a PHI? Yes, where did that go? Garrett, I am only testing out the feature right now for a little bit. Then I'm gonna go catch the Better Podcasting live stream, and then I'm gonna watch X-Files. Manuel Velasquez says, Taylor or Martin. I don't have too much experience with Martin. I know they have an amazing reputation for just sounding gorgeous. I have I've been using that Taylor for like 15 years, I think. So I'm just a little bit. I have a prejudice. That's not the right word. I have an affiliation. I don't know what the word I'm looking for. I like the Taylors. And the last time I went to Guitar Center to try out some acoustics, they were all locked up. They wouldn't let you play any of them, so I couldn't find out. Thoughts on Infinity War? I have 0 affinity. Thank you, Metalhead. I'm an idiot. Um, Affinity. Thank you. Thank you. Thoughts on Infinity War? No idea. Haven't watched the trailer. I try not to watch movie trailers. And then on top of that, I have superhero fatigue. I'm kind of burned out on them. So there you go. I don't know. I'm sure I'll see it. I still haven't even watched I the Benedict Cumberbatch one, or Thor Ragnarok, which is supposed to be amazing, and I love Taika Waititi. He's an amazing director, hysterical. What We Do in the Shadows is an amazing film representing New Zealand like a mother. Real good stuff, but I don't have a huge desire to see any superhero films at this time. Love from India. I'm from Indonesia. Wak wak. Welcome and greetings. Fender or Gibson? Pepsi Man. That's another good question. So, about 5, 10 years ago, I would have said I'm a Gibson man 100% of the time. But with my current Gibson, I even tried replacing the pickups, and I don't like it. The studio that I have is just really muddy sounding. Even though I went and replaced them with brighter pickups that have a little bit more punch to them, it's still a very muddy sounding guitar. So that's why I found myself leaning more towards the Tele 72 inch, the 72 deluxe reissue. What webcam am I testing? I'm not really testing the webcam. I'm using the C920, and I am just testing YouTube's webcam functionality, which allows you to live stream with a webcam directly on YouTube's website rather than having to go through Google Hangouts or OBS. AJ, you are too kind. I want to see your review of various amp sims like bias, mercurial, etc. Metalhead is if that's something other people are interested in, I'd be happy to do that because I love testing out guitar amps and stuff. For a while, I was thinking about buying a bunch of them and testing them out, but I just don't have the room, and I can't drive the actual guitar amps that hard, and I really only wanna focus on tube guitar amps because 'cause I'm one of those pretentious jerks, so I was only gonna focus on tube guitar amps, and you really get the tube tone once you crank it, and where I'm at, I can't do that, so but the actual amp sims, I'd be happy to do that. Your video looks different than usual, Ricky Kurtz. Yeah, I am testing out the I'm not testing out. I'm using the C920, which I haven't used on the channel in probably, I don't know, a year and a half, 2 years. How do you get from I don't even know how to say your name, Blue One Factory 123. How do you connect a guitar amp to an interface or a mixer? Unless your guitar amp has a DI output, you don't. The way you do it is you have your guitar amp, you have your guitar cab, or you have a combo, and then you mic it up. Oh, no. My little box here is coming off. I need to retape it. And if anybody's curious, it says, "Hey, Grace Helbig, what's up?" Because Grace Helbig is awesome, and I'm trying to get her attention. What's up, Grace Helbig? um, but you can't connect a guitar amp directly to an interface or a mixer unless it has a DI output. You just can't do it. It's gonna sound bad because the guitar amp is meant to go through a speaker. So unless your guitar amp has a speaker emulator in it, it's gonna sound like garbage. What's your main camera? I am using the Canon T6i for my main shot with the Canon 10 to 18 millimeter. You got it, Fun for Chew. Canon T6i. Okay, Metalhead. I'll go ahead and check out the Mercurial Reaxis. Greetings from the Philippines. Greetings to you, John Paul. So you only can if your amp has an XLR cable. If it has a DI output, yeah. Or if it has a USB output. Some actual guitar heads are having USB outputs. It's really weird. John Paul says mixer or interface. I prefer mixer because I don't like baking in too many effects or anything into my recordings. I like to process it in post and just play around with it to find what I like. So I prefer interfaces and a lot of USB mixers, they actually only record down to a single stereo track. And if I'm recording multiple tracks, I want to have all of them separate in my DAW so I can manipulate each of them. If I'm recording an 8-piece drum kit, which I don't do, this is just for to make a point. If I'm recording 8 microphones on a drum kit, I want to sorry, got a inappropriate comment. If I'm recording 8 different mics on a drum kit, I wanna have 8 different tracks in my DAW so I can manipulate, EQ, compress each of the individual instruments, noise gate them, do all that stuff. So, that's why I prefer interfaces. If you're just doing a live stream, if you're just doing a one-person, live stream or podcast, then yeah, mixer's fine. If you're doing live, you may want to be able to adjust all the settings in real time. What is the point of this stream? From Tomas. Tomas. It's just so I could test out the new functionality from YouTube where you can stream directly from the YouTube website without running through Google Hangouts and without running through OBS. It's just direct on YouTube. I just hit go live. It was never on a computer before. You used to be able to do it from your phone, but this is the first time it is available on a website. All right. How do you find videos without 100K? How do I find? I guess fund. Okay. How do I fund my videos without 100K subs or a Patreon? I have affiliate links which provide income. I work a full day job, 40, 45 hours a week, and I get Google AdSense. So that's how I do it. Enjoying your vids. Thank you. The Wombat says, I like your name. The Wombat says, my name everywhere is Bandrew says, so I respect it. Cheers from Portugal. Well, right back at you, Kyoto Productions. From Giannis Sandsgaard. Get the point. Did not know it was possible. Yeah, Giannis, they just rolled this out. Or to Janice. I'm assuming it's Giannis. They just rolled this out a day or two ago. And I got the notification, and then I saw my buddy Travis from Podcast Mike upload a test this morning. So thought I would give it a go. I'm gonna have to leave here in a couple of minutes. Dimitri Young. Okay. Dimitri Young says, Apollo twin review, please. Well, I'm not gonna do that, but I don't think I have a. Can you see what this is right here? I will be doing a review of that though. That's what I'm using right now. So I am using the Universal Audio Aero, if anybody is wondering what that is. And the reason I was confused when I first saw Universal Audio because I didn't understand why their interfaces were so expensive. And then once I actually looked at them, I understood because they actually have processors in them that allow for why can't I think of the word? It's not DSW. That's a shoe store. DSP processing. So you can add processing and preamp simulators, what they call unison pre's, with 0% latency. So I am actually running through an API Vision channel strip with an expander and gate on with a high pass around 50 hertz, and I'm not using the EQ, and I'm not using the compressor or anything. But that's why these things are so expensive, and the Universal Audio Aero is their new interface, which is Thunderbolt 3, which means it's completely bus powered. You don't need an external power supply or anything like that, and it's only a single core, uh, DSP chip inside of it, so it can't handle too many plugins, but, it's a pretty cool device. I'm gonna be reviewing that in the near future. Fun for Chew, thank you for stopping by. Have a good one. There was another question up here that I thought was interesting. DSP, yes, Dimitri, thank you. DSW, the shoe store, favorite guitar brand from Pepsi Man. I would say probably. I hate saying this. I 5 years ago I would have said Gibson. I would have said Gibson, but now I'm more of a Fender guy, and I really want to try out a Solar. I want to try out Ola England's new guitar brand real bad. I really wanna try out Ola England stuff. The Solar guitars, I think they're sold out right now. I haven't really, tested any out. What? I haven't even of course, I haven't tested one out. I don't own one. What am I saying? Okay. From Gamer Voice, what's the best price to performance XLR to USB interface to drive the Shure SM7B? I don't know. Um, this right here may be my favorite interface. For 200 bucks, the Audient ID4, this thing blew me away. This thing had clean pre's all the way up to 10 or maybe 9.5, really close to the top. And it's just really compact. It's built like a tank. It has everything that you could possibly need. I loved this thing. 200 bucks, not the cheapest. Um, so I think you could get away with something like the Focusrite Scarlett series. You may be lacking a little bit, and I'd personally just go with the ID4 if you can. Simon says, snap on that interface. The ID4 is just so clean. Yeah. I love audience preamps. I love the DI section of that interface. It is insane. When I plugged it in, I was like, this is the first time I don't think that I've needed to run an amp sim. It sounded good enough by itself. It was incredible. I was blown away. And with that, I didn't really need to have I'm breaking stuff. I didn't really need to have the audio is popping or clipping. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. It's not clipping on my end. I'm hitting around -9 decibels, maybe -6 at the peaks. Okay, Behringer 3. I got time for 2 more questions. Uh, budget mic arm, Neewer boom arm, man. These things are 15 bucks. You can't go wrong. I've had this one for probably 2 years, and it hasn't let me down. Heather says, "Look at you live streaming and stuff." Heather, thank you very much. If anybody's interested, check out Sunshine and Power Cuts, a podcast by Heather. Amazing, amazing person. Yana says, "No clip in here. Your audio is fine here." Thank you guys for clearing up my conscience. I was a little bit worried. Uh, the kid Edwin says Behringer 302 USB or Euphoria UMC 22 for the BM 800. It really depends on your use case. If you are doing live streaming and you need the live EQ and the live processing, go with a 302 USB. It also has all that other functionality. If you need a slightly better preamp and you want to be able to just have a more compact and less confusing interface, go with the UMC 22. I would personally go with the UMC 22. Although, if I'm being honest, I would save up, I think, 5 or 10 more bucks and get the UMC 204 HD. It's a bit better. Okay, Giannis says mix pre-test someday. So Giannis, I actually contacted. Uh, uh, why can't I think of the name? I was dropped on my head and I can't remember. Not SoundGrid. I can't think. Sound Speeds. That's not it. Sound Speeds, by the way, that's a good channel. Check that out. But the mix pre series, I contacted the sound devices. Thank you. I contact I contacted the company to talk about maybe buying one from them, and I almost did, but then I just realized, you know what? There's a bunch of other videos out there of people testing it out, putting it through its paces and doing it really, really well that I didn't think that I could offer anything new or useful there. So, I may down the road pick one up just because it's an amazing device, and if I ever need a portable recorder, that thing is a killer over the H6. I looked up the specs of the H6 and it is, oh, what is it, like 45 dB of gain? The Mix Pre series, it has like 90 dB of gain and it has analog limiters. So the Mix Pre series, they're just insane. They sound incredible. They're super clean. I love them. I haven't tested them, but oh god, I want to. What do we got? Erdem videos, and I do remix about using your instruments and your voice. Can you check my work for you? Send me a link on Twitter. I will check it out. Please podcastage to it. Oh, okay. Yana, so you're saying do the mix pre series on podcastage too. I gotta go, guys. I gotta go in like 1 minute. I got time for one last question. One last question, then I'm out of here. One more question. I'm browsing through them, looking for a good one to end on. What cam is this? I'm not gonna end on that question. It's a Logitech C920. Dimitri, will I do more live streams? I don't think so because the majority of the questions end up being the same thing. So I don't like doing them too frequently. That's my take. Maybe if I prepare stuff in advance, I will. Still looking for that one last question, even though it just answered one. Erdem, you just send an at thing. Is Grace Helbig on Tinder from Michael? I have no idea. I have no idea. I'd love to find out, but I don't trust Tinder with my information, so I'm not gonna sign up for that. Scully? What color is the sky? Blue. Do you like big, strong men? No. Thanks for asking, though. King Stiven. Yo, yo. How you doing, man? I'm about to head off, so I'm sorry. Can I get a shout out? Rotten Oranges. Can you play the trumpet? Otters. I used to be able to. Oh, man. Guys, I gotta go. I'm missing the Better Podcasting live stream, so I will see you all later. Here's a perfect question to end on. Where did you think of your YouTube name? So, I was listening to I love the Descendants or Descendants, and they have a couple of songs that end with "edge." So they have "bikeage," they have "myage," songs like that. And I was doing a YouTube channel talking about microphones, and I said podcastage. I stole the naming scheme from the Descendants, and I like it. I like Descendants a lot. So thank you, Milo and team. I feel like a jerk for not remembering all their other names. But I will see you guys all later. I just wanted to test this out and see if it's working. Got to go catch the Better Podcasting download. I will see you all later. Thanks for stopping by. Appreciate you guys. See ya.